Is Arukh showing you there? Simon Lamed Hey, Sif Samach Gimel to Samach Hey. This is supplemental day 208 of the Arukh Shulchan Yomi series. And today's Arukh Shulchan Yomi is sponsored by Rabbi Yonasan Ezra Ben Chana Fegel for his chus for Parnasa and for Shlema. Baruch's Yomim, Rishonim Tovas. May have, together with the rest of Am Yisrael, a Ksiva V'Chasima Tova. Samach Gimel. Im yesh safek im zeh pizza or yoseres. If this is a question whether there's a branch off or an extra lobe, open she'if shal avchin, a manner where I can't ascertain. But sure, yesh mishomer. Those who say sheish los yoser yoseres, it's more likely to be extra lobe. So based on Chaim. Dati lama. I don't know. Says Arukh Shulchan why. Firuz einenu based on Arukh Shulchan's experience. Obviously, must have extensive experience, as we've seen many times. Indicate many times in what we learned so far. Based on our experiences, or but neither of these are particularly prevalent. It's possible that the robe was since most animals are kosher. Once you check that it's assumed to be mutter, yesh lo kel is that you can lenient beimekama beimekaba both in front and the back. Let's go above and share and say whatever is kosher in this spot in this way is what it is. But since this is a shortcoming with flaw which happens during the lifetime of the animal, yesh lefakbek, we can be dubious. And yesh lat here many times that we can be lenient on this account. Much time seen Sivim Chav Zayin Chav Ches. But all these barbers also get back this and Sivim Chav and Chav Af and Sivim Nun. Al Kain Iker Bezel Sof Tapche Maasam. Therefore, in the primary approach is to gather together the slaughterers of the town, and who evidently have garnered collective expertise. I wonder what they do with slaughterhouses today. They gather all the shleichtim in the slaughterhouse and say, "Hey guys, what are you going to do at this? Is this an una or is this a pizza?" It's a little bit scary because we who are not part of that world have no clue what they're doing behind those closed doors. Okay, Hashem Yazor v'Yishmor. It's not possible that they won't recognize well, even though pizza or yoseres, if this is a branch off or an extra lobe. Sounds out Kosab. The Rama also writes, Sif Hey, Una Shinis Batza, and Una which branches off. Yesh Lo Shoresh Echad Kobi Etzma has one root the size of a finger, and Akshev Sa'achas is considered one Una. Birad Varim. Explanation is Zayn Adam of the Pizza Shizbar is now like a branch off. Why? Well, I probably should have seen this previously. Pizza and Dafka She'eno Me B'Shipule El B'Gufa Rea. This is a branch of is not in the on the angles of the at the edges of the, I should say, of the lung, but rather in the lung itself. There's an indentation underneath it. The indentation is an intrinsic part of this branch off. But anytime it's divided in two, whether length or width, or width or in thickness, and you can't consider it a branch of el nechlak, and but rather to be separated. As long as it looks, the person is looking at it as if it is separated. From the Bushe Sarot. Therefore, if they have one root, and it's the thickness of a finger, and so they only consider one. That's to say it's treif. So if it's an extra una, so then that is to you go by once you have the size of if it's what comes to one root, it's not a problem. So that should be extra. But on the flip side, then it'll be good. Why? Because it's since they're separate, even though they're rooted together. If you're missing an una, it's no worse than a crack, which we know separates one una into two. Moshe's bar, which is explained. That's the shach. But that's only a fact that Rakam should moil said it. A place where it cracks the back. Like it's a place where you would expect to find a separation into separate lobes. If they don't have one root, one of them is a superfluous lobe. It's for sure. If they both are at a equal place, it's an extra lobe in the row of the lobes. It's question. But one is higher, one of them is higher than the other one. The other one looks like it's lower below it. So it became like here. Then the experts have to come to recognize based on their length and the width and the thickness. One of them is primary, and the second one, which is underneath it, Yoseres is the extra one. Harry Yoseres Mikama. So then it's Yoseres in the front of the language you could. If the other one is the primary one, then the extra one, then the higher one is the Yoseres. But it's a Yoseres on the back of the lung, which is no good. He says that this is from emergence of the Tvua Shor, the base of prime. There's a great principle to know. Every matter has to do with expertise. If you roast any matter which has to do with expertise. If you roast a nine based on how you perceive things, I can't explain it all in writing. Especially in the Arukh where there are no pictures. The posting can only go by what his eyes see. And to join together the Shochtim who are experts in this matter. Ubitfila LaHashem. With the prayer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shloi Kosher V'Alacha, not to stumble in matters of Allah. Zeh Einenu Ra'os. Amazing, powerful statement of HaShulchan. This is what I see. The Yimshim Kol Ribui HaSfarim. With all the many Sfarim which will come out, from the most recent and latest generations. The laws of checking animals, checking treifas, nevertheless, there are new cases every day. So much are not in this forum. And I don't know again what happens saying today is Shlachtois. Who knows? Therefore, a chacham whose heart is confident and he is conversant in lungs, it's got to go by what he sees. He has to paskin. Should have the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They paskins correctly. Some powerful safe there. Samachay. Kosar Rabbeinu says safe. Hey, the Beis Yosef writes. Says Beis Yosef. I know why I said Ramah. Ura shel yamin hasmuchel gargeres, the right lobe which is next to the trachea, b'meitar chazeh, in the narrow part of the chest, eitzel tzavor, mamish, actually by the neck. Hatachton shel yona asmuchel tzavor, the lower one, which is the higher one, which is adjacent to the neck. Seems to be repetitive. I'm not sure what he means by that. If you find on it I guess an outcropping the size of the liva das is kosher. It branches off that way. Tafki Mars is still the right side. Avalos is not the left side. Those say it's only above the halfway mark of that una. If it's below the halfway mark of that una, it is treif. So it's this one over here, top right. Okay, it's the special qualities of that one. We're still going to be in the Sharon Strafe on in the base I says explicitly if it's other words the Strafe. Yesh loving. So says, I'm not sure how to understand this, right? The pizza machshir mechonos shir gaba. A branch of is okay in any una if it's on top. Who bats boy? He brought this in the base says it. Talking about the Chibusha. It's like this. Shai unos ain't kosher elikshish guma tachteh. By other unos, it's only kosher when there is a indentation underneath it. Ava below guma v'yiseres migabo treva. Without the indentation, it's a lobe on the backside and it's trape. Unas muchal, but the una which is next to the trachea, kosher I feel below guma. Pizza is okay even if it has no indentation. Unas muchal gargeres. Sorry, I'm saying right. Unas muchal gargeres kosher I feel below guma. They should tochal chaka chazeh. Evidently, this is the biological reason it happens because of the pressure of the chest. Darkly puts patel, it does get branched off. L'chein telinas have pizza. We assume this is a branch of lobiosers, and not extra. Left after guitar for the asa, not specifically the size of the hadas leaf. Do anything if you guys guitar for asa, kosher. Even if it's large, then it's kosher. It's not that quite. The skill shoe uno shoe guitar for the asa. Imagine shear of a lobe, which is guitar for the asa. The buckles mashir is there because less than shear. I'm a chol. It's chol kosher. It's kosher no matter where it is. Ain't kosher maybe a little bit small, and therefore it's why it's only kosher on the right side, not the left side, because this reason is small. There's no pressure from the chest. Because only two, I guess, because only two unos on that side. Even though the upper una on the left side is adjacent to the trachea, and we come nevertheless, it's not like the narrow place in the chest. I tried to search for images, but I can't find any which are detailed for the purpose of kashrus. So I tried finding images which are I can't find the detailed for the purpose of kashrus. I'm sure they exist, but I couldn't find any offhand. So people who are experts will have to know their expertise. That's it for today.